Hey everyone, welcome back to Control and Create. Today we'll be solving another CSWA style SolidWorks practice problem. While modeling the part, we'll focus not only on creating the final geometry, but also on understanding the feature, sequence, design intent, and the reasoning behind each step. So let's get started. So today we'll be practicing this part. I'll be attaching this drawing into the description box so you can get it and you can practice by your own. So whenever we model any part, it is a best practice to follow a certain sequence. So we'll be starting the modeling from the top plane and we'll go to the front plane and then we'll go to the right hand side plane. So let's start from the top plane. And one thing, this is a machine part that we'll be modeling today. So in this we have different features that we'll be executing: extrude cut, fillet, chamfer. And one of the special features that we'll be learning today is hole wizard. So let's start from the top plane. So in our sketch, we can see we have a square shaped base and we have a cylinder coming out of it. So we'll start from the base first, and here they have mentioned the origin also. It is at the corner of the square. So we'll follow that because it will help in the drawing. So let's start. So select the rectangle, the cornered rectangle, and like this. I'll resize it. So the dimension of the base is 10 mm. Give that. And for the height is also 10 mm. And now we'll model the feature, that is slot inside that square. So for that they have given the reference dimensions, that is 4 mm from the right hand side edge of the square, and they have used a reference circle for indicating what is the dimension of this slot. So as we can see, it is tangent on three sides of the circle. So we'll try to model it, and so for that we'll use the help of the construction geometry to make our job easier. So start making. So we'll make this 4 mm line first, convert into the construction geometry, give the dimensions 4 mm. And now we'll draw the centered line along the square, and also convert this into the construction geometry. And now we'll draw a circle. The dimension of the circle is of 5 mm. So give the dimensions 5 mm, and it is also a construction geometry. Okay. And now we'll make this slot. So for that we'll use line only. So for now I'm making a rough sketch, and then I'll give the relation to complete this entire sketch. So as I know, it is tangent from three side with the circle, and one side is in between the gap of 1 mm from the left hand side of the square. So for that I'll make this line first vertical, and now I will give the relations. So the relation between this line and the circle is tangent. Same for this also, tangent, and same for this also. And the gap between these two are 1 mm. And now we want to know the inclination from the base. So it is of 20 degree. So we'll give that. So we have completed the basic sketch of our model, that is the base square of it, and also we have provided the slot in it. So as you can see, it also have a fillet right now. So we have two options that we can execute. One is we can use this sketch fillet to provide the fillet right now only, or we can provide this fillet in the end of the entire modeling. So always the best practice is always provide the fillet and chamfers when you complete your entire model, because if you want to edit your model and you have provided the sketch fillet or sketch chamfer, then it is more difficult to edit it later. That's why. So we'll leave this sharp corners and we'll provide fillet in the end. So we'll now use extrude command for extruding the sketch, and the height is of 10 mm. We can see here. So 10 mm this, and now we'll model these two slot on the front plane. So as we can see, it is towards the where the inclined edge is. So we'll select that face, go to the sketch, and then we'll provide two slots. We'll first draw two random circles, define the relation between them as horizontal. So keep them in a straight line. That's why, and give the dimension of it. It is of 1 mm, and use equal command to make it equal. And the distance between them is 3 mm. And the distance from the right hand edge of the square to the first slot is of 4 mm. And the distance from the upper edge to the center of the slot is of 1.5 mm. So with that, our sketch is fully completed, and we'll go to the extrude cut command to extrude cut it. As we can see in the isometric view, it is not throughout the entire model. It is only throughout in this section. So we'll select up to the next instead of blind, because the blind will go through all. So we'll select up to the next and then press OK. So with that, we have completed the front plane part also, and then we'll jump to the left hand plane part. So select right hand plane, go to the sketch command. So let's start. So first we'll model this section. So we'll use first construction geometry to make our work easier. And then we can see on this edge it is of only 8 mm. What the dimensions of 8 mm, and we'll connect from this bottom to the this edge. So with that, and then we'll model this cut section here. So this part, I don't know how much it is, so I'm just modeling a rough sketch right now. And then they have also given the uh, a zoomed out detail section here. So we'll follow that. So this height is of 3 and the distance between these two is of 1 Uh, first, make this line vertical and now provide the dimension of 1 And now we'll model our cylinder. So let's first make the center of it. The vertical center is of like 5 from the right hand edge, and the horizontal axis is of 4 from this edge. And we can see the horizontal axis is in intersection with this edge. So let's stretch this, select this edge, select this line and intersection. And now this sketch is completed. We'll make the circle. It is of 6 diameter. Uh, and in this particular model, will not use the extrude cut for making the inner hole because it is not a hole. It is a thread given to this cylinder. So we have to use a particular feature called hole wizard. So I'll tell you how to use that. So they also have given the CSK M2 flathead machine screw. So let's complete this sketch first and then we'll move to the wizard hole. Trim the extra entity because it will unnecessarily interfere in the extrude or extrude cut feature. So we have completed our model. So let's extrude cut it. So it automatically selects the model, and since it's cutting the part that we required, so we'll flip the side to cut and we'll select blind, and then we'll trim the part that we don't want it. So and now we'll model the cylinder, sketch, draw the axis of these cylinders. So it is, and the diameter is of 6 then extrude of 9 The height of the cylinder is of 9 And now we'll provide the thread, that is CSK M2 flatted machine screw. So for that, for our ease, first we'll draw a reference geometry for locating the thread easily. So we'll go select this face, sketch, and that's it. And then we'll finish the sketch from part. And here we have whole wizard in the feature sections. So we'll select whole wizard and we'll select the specific thread that we want flat head thread. So here we'll select a countersink. We'll normally use ISO, and then in that we have CTSK flat ISO. We'll select this. The size is of M2 normal, and we'll keep the all the settings as it is. Uh, and then we'll select the condition as up to the next, because we don't want our our thread to go all over the model. We only want it till to the up to the next. We'll select up to the next, and here we'll go to the position. Position it correctly. Select existing 2D sketch. Select your sketch, and now you have the a preview of the thread that is coming. So select the center of it to place it where we want it. Select and then press OK. And we have almost modeled the part. Now only the final touches are remaining, that is fillet and sketches. So we'll provide that. So they have provided the chamfer at the cylinder base and chamfer of zero point 0.5 into 45 degree. So in the fillet section, in the drop down menu, we have chamfer. Select that. Select this edge and then provide the dimensions of it, that is zero point 0.5 and 45 degree, that is preset value, and select OK. And now we'll provide the inner fillet that I've mentioned previously. The fillet is of 1 mm radius. So we'll again go to the fillet, select the edges, inner edges. The dimension is of 1 mm, and then press OK. So with that we have completed our model. So with that we have completed our model. So if you have any doubt, you can ask me in the comment section, and I'll be attaching the this engineering drawing of this part in the description box, so you can get it and you can practice it by your own.